Welcome to Upon Further Review for the Tennessee Titans versus the Cleveland Browns in their Week 2 matchup. This is a 21st Sports production. We're going to be going over the stats and break them down while you watch some Madden highlights as I play the game as the Browns, as I'm picking the Browns to win this game against the Titans. I know that sounds crazy, and the more information you look at, the crazier it sounds, because the Titans had a phenomenal week in Week 1 as they played the Buccaneers, and the Browns got beat up by the Jets. But let's look at the numbers. In terms of yards per game, the Titans actually had less yards per game, believe it or not, even though it's just the one game. So, in last week, they had 309 yards of offense, and the Browns actually had 321 yards. Really, passing yards per game, just 185 passing yards for the Titans in Week 1. 217 for the Browns. Rushing yards, 124 yards for Tennessee, 104 for Cleveland. Points per game, there's the real difference. 42 points for the Titans in Week 1, and just 10 points for the Browns in Week 1. And then third down conversions, 44.4% conversion percentage for Tennessee, 50% for Cleveland. As Tennessee was 4 for 9 on third down conversions, and Cleveland was 8 for 16, surprisingly. They actually had pretty decent success for a team that lost so bad. Then we look at time of possession. Tennessee in their game, they had the ball 31 minutes and 31 seconds, so they won the battle of possession. Cleveland also won the battle of possession, although they lost the game. But they had the ball for 31 minutes and 40 seconds against the Jets. We look at defense, and on defense, in terms of yards allowed, Tennessee allowed 273 yards. The Browns, they allowed 333 yards. The majority of that came on the ground. Well, not the majority, but percentage. Anyway, the passing yards, it was 181 that Tennessee allowed. 179 allowed by Cleveland, so pretty even there in terms of how many passing yards they allowed. But on the ground, Tennessee just allowed 92, whereas Cleveland allowed 154. So they were struggling against the run, and that's something Tennessee's going to have to concentrate on in this game. But in terms of points that they allowed, Tennessee only allowed 14 points. Their defense was looking pretty solid, whereas Cleveland allowed 31 points as they were getting just beat up by New York. And on third downs, the Tennessee Titans only allowed 21.4% to be converted against them. The Browns allowed 53.8%, so pretty much as they were converting on offense, they were letting up more third downs the other way. So on paper, you would definitely have to go with Tennessee, but I'm going with Cleveland. It is in Cleveland. Of course, I'm not sure how much of a factor that's really going to be in this game, especially not like the Browns aren't quite the dog pound they used to be. They can be when the Browns play good, but they need to play good to get the fans going. And really, the way to beat the Titans, for one, they're going to have to force mistakes by Mariota. Mariota is a rookie, and against this secondary, they got some ball hawks. If they can cause some turnovers, then they can have success. Although, that remains to be seen, as Mariota was pretty impressive, 13 for 16. Of course, he didn't pass the ball that often. They were more, going with a run-based offense. So they're going to have to shut down the run against Tennessee. And they're going to have to not let them capitalize and cause, they got to protect the ball, not give Tennessee opportunities. Like I said, Tennessee's defense was looking really solid against Tampa. They were getting after the ball. They were forcing turnovers. Especially, you had Cody Sensabaugh with the interception for a pick six. And also Mount had an interception as well. And they also had 4 sacks, as Derek Morgan had a pair of sacks. And Blackson and Casey each had a sack as well. So they were getting after the quarterback. So Johnny Manziel, he's going to have his hands full. I actually think it's a good thing that Manziel's starting. I think they should just go with Manziel. Let him learn on the field. Now that gives him the time and practice as well. If he's the starting quarterback, he'll get his reps in, and then when he's on the field against those defenses, then he can put that, practice into action on the field on Sunday. I mean, he can actually grow as a player. That's the only way you're really going to grow is on the field. So, and he has the flashes where he does look like Johnny Football at times, and then other times not so much. But the more he's on the field, the more comfortable he gets in the system and being out there, and the more practice, the more reps and everything, he's just going to get better and better. That's how it works. The more you do something, the better you get. So, of course, same goes for Mariota as well. So I like that they're in Tennessee. They're going with Mariota. They're having him out there on the field and letting him, take his bumps as they come. Of course, there weren't too many bumps last week. I said Tennessee, though, they were, doing really good on defense. Cleveland, they did have that one pick with Gibson, but they were struggling against the run especially. So, I mean, on paper, you would expect Bishop Sankey to have a big game, and he very well, might do that. But he had 74 rushing yards last week, and West had another 41. So Sankey, I wouldn't be surprised if he does have another big week. Kendall Wright, too, he had 101 yards off of 4 catches. And each of the receivers that the touchdowns went to, Mariota threw 4 touchdowns, all went to different receivers. So that's a good thing right there. He hit Wright, Walker, Douglas, and Bishop Sankey out of the backfield. The last being out of the backfield, of course, but... So, I mean, they looked really good, Tennessee, but I'm not quite 100% sold on them. But, I mean, on paper, like I said, it does look like it would be Tennessee. I'm still going with Cleveland. I believe they could get it done. I like some of the players that they have there, and I think with Johnny Manziel, I think if they can get the running game going with Duke Johnson, and then he gets the ball to Travis Benjamin, I think that they actually can get some stuff going on offense. I think he can make some things happen. I think their defense is a lot better than they played in week 1 on the road. I think they'll play better at home, and I think that'll make the difference, and I think they can pull this one out. Of course, like I said, on paper it looks like it'd be Tennessee, but I'm going to go against what the stats are saying, and I'm actually going with Cleveland, although it looks like they don't really have much of a chance, but I think they're better than it says on paper. And that's why they play the games, as Berman always says, because, they're not played on paper, they're played on the field. So we'll see how it all breaks down. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and having a great weekend and enjoying all the sports.